today, YouTube have actually put out like a announcement about an experiment. Let me put that out there very clearly. An experiment that is happening in the US only and in English only, and it's in regards to something they're calling testing new ways to offer viewers more context and information on videos. This is a bit like a community notes feature. People have been spouting it as community notes, but it's not actually community notes, but it's sort of a similar thing. It seems to be on Twitter, at least when I've seen people commenting about this. A lot of people very positive, a lot of people sort of very hesitant about it. So let's see what YouTube have to say about it, because I think it does answer some of the questions that people have. People just think this is open source for people to make weird and wonderful notations on people's videos. But that's not the case, because if you have a look, they've actually addressed this. Who is writing and rating the notes? It says this: to start, a limited number of eligible creators will be invited via email or Creator Studio notification to write notes, so that we can test the feature and improve our systems before we consider expanding it. Eligibility criteria include having an active YouTube channel in good standing with our community guidelines. Viewers in the US will start to see notes on videos in coming weeks and months. In this initial pilot, third-party evaluators will rate the helpfulness of notes, which will help train our systems. These third-party evaluators are the same people who provide feedback on YouTube search results and recommendations. As the pilot moves forward, we'll be looking to have contributors themselves rate notes as well. So initially, they're going to be inviting a select group of people to make these community notes, and then later on, they'll expand that to the actual creators. So if the creator needs to make a note about the video, which they can technically do right now using the corrections feature, very little known feature. If you want to check that out, up in one of these cards here, a link to a video by Andrew Can, who put out recently, showing you all about how to use the corrections feature. Any creator can do that. If you need to make a correction when you've made a mistake on a video, anything like that, then there's that option already for creators that is rolled out a couple of years ago. A very, very little known feature. But let's see how it works. They say notes will appear publicly under a video if they are found to be broadly helpful. So then it's not going to appear randomly, like just because somebody's typed something in randomly, they're not just going to appear. It's going to be vetted before it goes public. They have to be found helpful by the evaluators, of course. People will be asked whether they think the note is helpful, somewhat helpful, or unhelpful. So once those notes are out there, then the general public can sort of give some feedback on how helpful the notes actually are. From there, we'll use a bridged-based algorithm to consider these ratings and determine what notes are published. A bridge-based algorithm helps identify notes that are helpful to a broad audience across perspectives. If many people who have rated notes differently in the past now rate the same note as helpful, then our system is more likely to show that note under a video. These systems will continuously improve as more notes are written and rated across a broad range of topics. So I think the biggest concern people were having was if these notes would start to appear just from random viewers putting random comments. So it was open to spam, open to brigading, open to all sorts of things. But you can tell by the way that they've explained it that that's definitely not the case. Now, I know there's not an official sort of name for this. They've announced that people are sort of referring to it as maybe community notes or something like that. Now, I'm sure YouTube are going to come up with some particular name for it, whether it's the name adopted by viewers and creators, or whether it's going to be something completely different. We're going to find out in due course. So, but at time being, this is just an experiment. It is something they're testing out to see if it's going to be worthwhile for viewers. People in the US viewers in the US will see this on mobile devices as additional information sort of in and around the description section. What they end up calling it, I have no idea. Now, in the example, they're referring to it as viewers added a note. There's a little sample here, which I might cut in here right now for you to have a look at. This is a mock mock-up of what they're thinking. This is not official as to what it will definitely look like if they happen to roll it out. But as we learned from reading the thing, it's not actually going to be viewers available to put those in notes. Only the subset of people who are invited. Obviously, a bit like a trusted flagger thing. You know what I mean? So it's not open slather to any weird person to add random notes because they disagree with something. It is all about facts and fixing is something factual. This is not factual based on information that's out there in the general public. So we'll see what happens with that in due course. This is Doug. I'll catch you later.